Hello, I'm Dr. Bill Jordan, Superintendent of Walla Walla Public Schools, and I want to welcome you to the March Pulse video. First thing I want to do is thank you for voting in February. Our successful levy passage was really important to our school district, to our kids and our community. Thank you for that support. Remind you that that is 20% of our budget and an important part of our ability to provide the things that go beyond what the state allocation model provides us. And our community has a strong history of support for our levies. I want to thank you again for voting and for the support that we have in our community for the levy. Well, March. In February, the school board began a process of interviewing candidates for a superintendent selection. Interviewed 7 candidates in February, and in March are interviewing 3 candidates, and there will be a selection this month for superintendent of the Walla Walla Public Schools, and that'll be exciting. We'll talk more about that in April, but that's what's happened last month. We're right in the middle of that process this month. An important decision for the school board in relation to leading our school district into the future and education policy, the programs for our kids, and the quality of education we have here. So that's very good work. Our facilities committee continues to work, and I've been talking about this since last year, I know, and I mention it often, but it's important work. It's a large committee. Paul Schneidmiller is the co-chair of that committee, owner of Worldwide Travel, and he's co-chair with Ted Cohan, who is our executive director of business and finance. The committee continues to work in coming up with the priorities and looking carefully at our facilities needs into the future. So that process continues. There will be a report to the board, a pretty comprehensive report to the board coming up in June. That's kind of how we've staged that out. The other thing that could happen here in March is we could hear good news about our application for the STEM Science Lab grant. We really are hoping that we're right in the mix on that. If you've seen our facilities out there, you know much about our science labs and the conditions there. This is an opportunity, we think, to secure a grant to help upgrade those facilities. So that, we're looking forward to good news there. I'll have more about that also in April, but this is the month. All that's going to take place. Well, the legislature is in a short session this month. That means they should be done by March 10th, and that we should know what our budgets are going to look like for next year, what our allocations are going to look like regarding per pupil allocation and our staffing and compensation models. So we hope all that's in place. But I want to tell you something that we did in late February. On February 22nd, a contingency made up of representatives of the school board, our WVEA, Walla Walla Valley Education Association President, Margot Piver, and Chief Negotiator Keith Swanson, and Chris Gardia, our Executive Director of Human Resources, Christy Kurtulis, a principal, went to Olympia to talk with Terry Neely, Maureen Walsh, Mike Hewitt. So we spent some time with them talking about Walla Walla and our needs and helping put that in perspective with all the work they have to do, with the decisions they have to make about the entire state. So that was productive. We enjoyed our time with them, and we want to thank them for that time and look forward to the impact that will have on our budgets for this next year, our ability to meet the needs of kids. So a short message this month. I want to thank you again for your support. It's an exciting time this spring in Walla Walla and in the school district. Transition and change is always exciting, and it's always a little, makes us a little nervous. But we're moving ahead, defining the leadership in our community in relation to educational leader here, and we're excited about that. And I'll talk to you again in April with some specifics about all that information. Thank you.
All right, great job.